Good Tuesday afternoon, everyone. I'm meteorologist Taylor Stephenson, tracking big weather stories across the country today. The first one is Tropical Storm Bertha. Bertha is a stronger tropical storm during the Tuesday afternoon time frame now that we're around 1 p.m., waiting for that 2 p.m. intermediate update. But as of the 11 a.m. advisory, Bertha now has sustained winds of 60 miles per hour, gusts up to 70, still moving very slowly north-northwest at 3 miles per hour. We still have active tropical storm warnings in effect for the Florida Panhandle through portions of Alabama, Mississippi, and down into Louisiana. In the yellow, those are active tropical storm watches in effect as Bertha starts to get a little bit closer. Now, Bertha will start to make a due turn west, and you're going to see that this tropical storm tracks right through portions of southern Louisiana and eventually washes out over central Texas. Now, the problem with Bertha is that this could bring some tropical storm force wind gusts, also the potential for heavy rainfall and storm surge, especially with that heavy rainfall over portions of Texas, where they have seen deadly flash flooding over the course of the month of July. So not an ideal situation at all for our friends around the Gulf Coast. We are thinking about you as Bertha is set to make landfall over the next couple of days. Now, here in Hampton Roads, we're not going to see any impacts from Bertha. We are watching as we have 2 rounds of a severe thunderstorm threat, one today and one tomorrow. Today, it's a part of the high heat and high humidity. Tomorrow, it's a part of an approaching cold front. Now, the slow-moving storms could produce a flooding threat today, tomorrow, and even lingering into Thursday morning. So please stay weather aware, and this pattern looks to remain unsettled through the rest of the work week. Our active radar shows that we do have some scattered showers and thunderstorms around the northern tier of our viewing area. This takes us to the northern eastern shore, where right around Chincoteague, we are seeing an isolated thunderstorm there producing heavy rainfall, a couple of flashes of lightning. Around the middle peninsula and peninsula, scattered showers and thunderstorms there, but that's all for the rain at the moment. Expecting a little bit more coverage later on today. This warm front was actually our stalled front yesterday that brought us the scattered showers through North Carolina and scattered thunderstorms, and now it's lifted north as a warm front. That's pushing in a really hot air mass and also a much more humid air mass. That combination will give us a summertime pattern today that will be capable of producing those afternoon showers and thunderstorms that may become severe. That warm front is attached to a low pressure system well up into the northeast or the northern sections of the U.S. and up into Canada that also has an associated cold front. This cold front is the front we're watching for tomorrow that will trigger more thunderstorms for us on Wednesday and then lingering into Thursday. Now, the severe thunderstorm risk for the next couple days looks like this. Our main threats will be damaging wind gusts up to about 70 miles per hour and also localized to flash flooding. Large hail not out of the question, but that risk is very low. We've also seen an increase in our tornado threat for your Tuesday, now up to a 5% risk of tornadoes, or 5 times likely chance of seeing a tornado compared to a regular day. So minor impacts maybe from an isolated tornado warning or 2. A new update as of the noon hour and the 1 p.m. hour is the fact that our level 3 out of 5 risk for severe weather has now been pushed further south. So it encompasses places around Accomack County into the northern neck and the middle peninsula. A level 2 out of 5 risk is in effect for the rest of the area. So in that orange color, middle peninsula, northern neck, eastern shore, that is where we have the highest risk of not only seeing a severe thunderstorm, but also the highest risk of seeing maybe an isolated tornado. So please stay weather aware. Tomorrow, that risk is just a level 2 out of 5 risk of severe weather area wide through the peninsula, south side, and northeastern North Carolina. So walking you through the next 2.5 days, here's what you need to know as we prepare for rounds of potential severe weather. We're fairly dry this afternoon. Again, a few isolated showers around the peninsulas, but it is mostly cloudy and temperatures are sitting in the upper 80s and low 90s. We'll climb a few more degrees by the mid-afternoon with highs today in the low to mid 90s. Tack on the fact that we have that high humidity. Feels like temperatures will be 100 to 104 degrees between about 2 and 4 p.m. We get into the rest of your day on your Tuesday, stopped right around 8:30. Heavy downpours, gusty winds. Again, the opportunity for an isolated tornado exists for our northern tier of areas, so Tappahannock through Accomack and down through Cape Charles. This continues into tomorrow morning, so a messy morning commute for the peninsulas and even a little bit of rain spilling over into the south side. I will say for North Carolina, your risk for thunderstorms increases tomorrow. As we get into tomorrow, speaking of, by 2 p.m. we'll start to see those thunderstorms again resurging, and this will be an on and off thunderstorm threat from about 2 p.m. through Wednesday night and even continuing into Thursday morning. Very heavy downpours, a chance for a little bit of hail again, and then we could see that flash flood threat as we see those same thunderstorms train, which is what we call when a thunderstorm moves over the same areas over and over again. That could lead to that risk of that flash flooding. Now, once that cold front starts to really push in some cooler air for us here in the mid-Atlantic, we'll start to see temperatures significantly go down. So we're in the mid-90s today. By the time we get to around 48 hours from now, we'll only be in the low 80s at best. And the storms will stay mainly around the coast in North Carolina Thursday and Friday. So we'll see a little bit more sunshine to round out the week, but rain chances are not at zero. Not really until we get to maybe portions of next week, because you can see that an isolated shower chance exists Saturday, Sunday, and into Monday. And through the weekend, we'll stay in the mid 80s, but by early next week, the 90s return.